This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
Are you ready to go the distance with Tricia's Disney pick? Or will Melinda deliver a Jurassic-sized knockout punch with her Universal choice on this episode of Theme Park Throwdown?
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of Theme Park Throwdown. I'm Tricia at Tricia Travels on Facebook and Tricia Travels 85 on Instagram. And
I'm Melinda. I am at Melinda's Magical Adventures on Facebook and Instagram.
I get the pleasure of announcing the winner of episode 14, the Parades episode.
Listen to you.
Disney reigns supreme. I got to take my few victories when I get them.
I knew I was losing the parade battle. That's just a no-brainer, I think. As much as I love that mega movie parade in the summer, Disney is the parade king. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
I think Universal has the best single parade out of any parade, but overall, I think Disney has like a better like lineup of options. So
I'll take that. And I agree wholeheartedly with that. So absolutely.
Okay. Alrighty. Couple news bits. So as of June 9th of this year, 2026, you will no longer need to wait until 11 a.m. to park hop in Disneyland. You still need to select a starting park to enter first, but you can move between the parks more easily well before 11, which I think is nice. If you've never been to Disneyland, it's super easy. Like it's literally crossing a street.
Right there. It's like going from Universal to Islands of Adventure.
Yeah. And maybe not even that far a walk.
Yeah. It probably is closer, actually.
Also, we have an announcement that Joe Schott has been announced president of Walt Disney World. He started as a skipper on the Jungle Cruise. So hopefully he has a good sense of humor. And he's recently served as president of Shanghai Disneyland. Now, was that the same position that Josh D'Amaro held in Disneyland in California? Was president for a while back? Was that maybe?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's also was chief executive of Disney Signature Experiences. So he's got a leg up on things like Disney Cruise and DVC, Disney Vacation Club, and Alani. So we'll see what this means. I mean, I think it's weird a little bit that he went from more of like a global scope to Disney World, but I guess like Disney World is their biggest park.
Yeah, so that's like their big kahuna. You really have to work up to that point. But I kind of agree that it's like you've had to focus so much more on a global scale, and now you're really having to dial down and dial in. So that is a little strange. That's the thought I had when I first heard it.
I wonder what it means to be president of Disney World.
Mickey pretzels all day, every day.
Free for life. Anyway, I think you have some more interesting news over in Universal.
Yeah, nothing as crazy as a new president, but we've got a few little things. Overlays for Jaws, which is kind of like, I feel like now Jaws is their summer property. So in the summers now, they go all out with kind of retheming things and overlaying things with Jaws, which I am never going to complain about because I love me some Jaws. But Jaws has taken over San Francisco in Universal Studios, Florida. A lot of things are similar to how they were last year in the San Francisco area. During last year was the Jaws 50th anniversary. And so like last year, you're going to have the redo of the interior of the San Francisco Candy Company, which is going to be very, very heavily Jaws themed. Already right now in Richter Burgers, they've got decals on the windows. They've got storyboards and production images from the production of Jaws that are all over on the interior of the restaurant. And then they have a big giant Jaws mural on the facade of the Richter Burgers building. So that looks really cool. And that's kind of a nice way for them to bring Jaws back to that area of the park because they know that there are so many fans that still really love that property. So we got that again this year.
Hear me out. What
I will not.
Okay, I think you'll actually appreciate this. Okay. I think what they should do, they should level Kong Island. And let's be honest. Okay, let's be honest. That exterior, that takes up a lot of footprint. It's, and I understand that like the ride is housed inside part of that as well. I think they should level it and they should put in a new Jaws attraction in that space.
I am never going to complain with you there. I'm really hoping that the Fast and Furious Supercharged replacement is going to be, there are a lot of rumors about this, but I think they're rumors based in like what people want versus what we actually think Universal is going to do. But there are a lot of rumors about them replacing Fast and Furious Supercharged with a kind of like nostalgia classic Universal ride that has Back to the Future, Jaws, Ghostbusters.
It would be their version of the great movie ride.
Yes. And so I am very much holding out hope that that's going to be the case. I don't know that that's going to happen. Realistically, I don't think it's going to happen, but a girl can dream. So
it can't be any worse than what's already there.
Its return. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Just put Disaster back. Put Disaster back, but bring it back to Earthquake, like back. When it first opened, because I loved Earthquake. That was great. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Next, moving on, we have a new star in Celestial Park. Captain Cacao will have a meet and greet in Celestial Park starting the 1-year anniversary of Epic Universe, which is May 22nd. And he is so cute. He's so cute. So that was a big reveal the other day, is that they have the full costumed Captain Cacao that you can meet.
I wonder if this is going to take off, like the less scary version of like Lil Boo or something, or like Jack. Like maybe they're trying to get like a year-round mascot. I don't know.
I saw a meme that said, who is the fourth horseman of Universal? And it was, I'm trying to remember who the first one was, but there was Prince Gator, which is the first one was Earl the Squirrel. They had Earl the Squirrel. They had King Gator or Prince Gator, who was the meet and greet character from Mardi Gras this year. Then they had Captain Cacao, and they were like, who's going to be the fourth horseman of Universal Studios? I freaking love it. If they have a Lil Boo walk around character somehow, 100%.
Oh my God.
But I thought that was hilarious.
I'm going to say those four horsemen are not nearly as terrifying as what the original ones were meant to represent. So,
well, sure.
I don't know. Although a human-sized squirrel is a pretty terrifying thought. I'm just going to say that.
But Earl and Pearl are so cute.
I know they are. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, moving on. This is quicker than I thought it would happen, but we do have work walls blocking. If you're going counterclockwise around Islands of Adventure, work walls are blocking the entire right side of Lost Continent. You cannot see Poseidon's Fury building. You cannot see the fountain. You cannot see Sinbad's stadium anymore. That is all completely walled off. So it is going to be a world of walls for quite a while now. So there's that. In Universal Studios Florida in Hollywood, we have a new exhibit called the Summer Spielberg Blockbuster exhibit, which I'm thinking is going to be this year's version of a summer tribute store, because at this point in the year, we would have heard what the summer tribute store was going to be, and we haven't. And this has now all of a sudden popped up. But it's kind of a good marketing ploy for Steven Spielberg's new movie called Disclosure Day, which is coming out, I believe, in June, maybe. But there are some really cool displays and some props and storyboards and pictures and things like that from Jaws, E.T., and Jurassic Park, and then the new Disclosure Day movie. So that is our summer tribute store. I guess it's in the Williams of Hollywood facade in Hollywood. So I think that's kind of cool. I mean, Steven Spielberg, we've talked about him before and his involvement with the parks. He is Universal Studios. And so I think it's cool that I'm sure that was his doing, the idea for this, but I think it's cool.
I was going to say, I hope they have some they do merchandise, because they've had some pretty amazing classic merchandise. And
they do have a bunch of merch in the stores. I don't know if any of it is like new designs or if it's stuff that's been already existing in the parks, but there is a lot of it. So that's pretty cool. And then, was that it? Oh, I thought I had another one. That was it. Sorry.
You're just gonna make up things.
I'll throw universal facts at you all day. Easy way to win a battle.
Let's throw the fact that they still haven't released anything about HHN.
Ma'am, we really are gonna fight. We really are gonna fight. Please be nice. Just give us something. We're begging you. Universal, come on. Thursdays at, 10:30, 10:45? That's when the drops typically happen. So everybody cross your fingers for Thursday. We'll see.
We'll actually get back on track, and which is good, because we're talking about the second half of roller coasters in the rest of the parks today. So if you missed last week, make sure to go back and listen to our roller coaster part 1, where we talked about the ones in Magic Kingdom and Islands Adventure. Today, we're going to be covering the rest of the parks, kind of lumping them together. So I'm going to let Melinda take it away.
I will. We are going to start over in Universal Studios Florida, because there are only 2 roller coasters in that park, and one really doesn't even count. We're going to start with that one. This is the Trolls Troller Coaster. This is a refurbishment of Woody Woodpecker's Nut House Coaster, which originally opened in 1999, was closed in January of 2023 to make room for DreamWorks Land, which is adorable. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But the Troller Coaster is a junior coaster. This opened on June 14th of 2024. It is manufactured by Vekoma. They are the ones who also manufactured Flight of the Hippogriff. So I'm like, are they just the king of kiddie coasters? Junior coasters? I mean, they do them well, but there's that. This ride has 679.2 feet of track. It is very small, very small. 27.9 feet at its highest point. So she gets up there. 21.7 miles per hour. And is a whole 44 seconds long. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. You spend 10 times as much time getting in and out of that ride as you do on the ride. So there's a 36-inch height requirement. There is one train, because you can't fit another one on the track when it's only 44 seconds long.
That's true.
So be prepared to wait. And the onload and offload process can take a while. But there is one train with 8 cars, and riders are 2 across in a single row. So 16 riders per train. There you go. So very slow ride and very slow load. Thank goodness only has an average wait time of 16 minutes, because otherwise it's not worth it. I don't care how much your kids love Trolls. The average wait time of 16 minutes is justified. The queue, however, there is no theming whatsoever to the queue. It is just switchbacks, and it is full sun pretty much the whole time. So be prepared for that, especially with the little ones.
It's too bad they didn't do something with that when they changed the theme of that area.
I think it was just because they were trying to get DreamWorks Land done very quickly, because it was causing so much chaos in terms of like that walling off that whole location and stuff. And they knew it wasn't really worth putting a bunch of money into it. So,
True.
So it's cute for kids, but it's nothing special. The only really funny thing about this ride is the train. It's called a catter bus. It looks like a caterpillar. And if you look at the back of it, it's a butt. So it's a little caterpillar butt. It's kind of funny.
Cute.
Anyways, we're going to move on to bigger and better things. Much bigger and much better. For Revenge of the Mummy. This is in the New York area of Universal Studios, Florida. This replaced Kongfrontation, which closed in September of 2002. And The Mummy opened May 21st of 2004. Manufactured by Premier Rides. There are versions of this ride in Orlando, Hollywood, and Singapore. All are a little bit different, but supposedly Universal's, they're all Universal. Orlando's is the best. That's the only one that I've done yet, but everybody says that Orlando's is the best. It is an indoor dark ride coaster. It's very, very thematic. There are a ton of things to look at. There are incredible animatronics, fire and water effects everywhere. It is one of the coolest rides because it really is a marriage of a dark ride and a roller coaster. So absolutely love that. There is a switch track where you can load from 2 different locations. So you do load and unload from this ride very quickly. They pump people in and out of this a lot. There are 3 different launches, including one that launches to 40 miles an hour, which is its top speed. The ride is 3 minutes long, so it's a decent length of time. The track is 2,200 feet long, which consists of 5 track switches, including an 180-degree turntable that completely spins you around while stationary, which is really neat. 80-degree banked turns and a 50-degree angle of descent on some of the hills. So not super crazy steep, but enough to get your blood pumping a little bit. This has a 48-inch height requirement. And the seats, it's like traditional roller coaster seats, kind of where you are seated down on the track and they have a lap bar and you are seated 4 across. This ride won the Golden Ticket Award, which is like the big theme park awards for Best Indoor Coaster for 2011, 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. So it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. And one of the coolest things is the false ending that happens kind of midway through, I guess a little further than midway through the ride, and really can throw people off a bit, which if you're really used to the ride and you've done it a lot, it's hard to imagine that people actually think that that little false ending is the end of the ride. But I guess if you're not used to it, that's what happens. So that's kind of cool. This also has an average wait time of 31 minutes, which in my opinion is worth it any day of the week. No questions asked. And for this ride, you do need to put stuff in lockers. You don't have to go through metal detectors because there are no inversions. But I don't know what just happened there. But you can't bring bags or loose articles of any kind. So you do need to use those complimentary lockers while you're riding.
I love this ride. Okay, 2 things about this ride. One, they have the locker system down better than anything in Hogwarts, in any of the Hogwarts, like Harry Potter areas, because
I think because
it's like
a very
separated
building, and it's very not far away, but it is completely separated from the entrance of the ride.
Yes, so nice.
And that helps a lot.
That's the first thing. The second thing is this ride, even though it's 3 minutes, which is pretty long for a roller coaster, it's like so engaging. It's not long enough, in my opinion.
You are hooked in the whole time.
Yeah.
For sure. I love it. But that is everything for Universal Studios Florida. So now we're going to head over to Epic Universe. And obviously all of the rides that I'm going to talk about now opened on May 22nd of last year, because that is when Epic opened. We're going to start with Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, which is in Super Nintendo World. This was manufactured by Set Point and is identical to the version that is in Japan. So Japan's opened before Epic did. So this is kind of just a redo. This is the first of its kind called a boom coaster, which I guess is the name that they gave to the technology where it seems like you are jumping the track in certain areas because the mechanism for where the ride sits is not actually on the track that you see in front of you. You're kind of on like a lever or an arm that holds you above at a certain angle. So I don't really know why.
Is it? I think it might be
it's a
like
reference
a boom
to Donkey Kong itself when they boom you out of that cannon.
Or is it a reference to like a boom camera, like that's on an arm?
Oh, like a boom mic for a camera?
Yeah.
That
maybe.
would make a lot more sense.
Well, we're gonna say that's what it is, and we were super smart to figure it out.
No, I think you're right. Because like in my mind, I saw Boom Coaster, and all I was thinking was like, is that I was just thinking Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like
because okay, when you play
he's
the
like
game shoots you off that like out of that barrel.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, but that doesn't make any sense in terms of the ride. But that what you said, yeah.
Anyway,
it is the first of its kind like that. So that's pretty cool. There are a couple dark ride sections and two a little bit larger hills. This ride has definitely gotten a reputation for being a little rough. It's supposed to be that way because you are supposed to be in a minecart. You are supposed to be in this like rickety little thing that's jumping the track and stuff like that. So that's the way it was intended. It's not because it was built poorly or anything like that. And obviously it's brand new, so it's not like it's aging poorly. But I definitely have heard some complaints that it can be a little tough. They are single car trains. Riders are arranged 2 across in 2 rows for a total of 4 riders per car. So you are in just like your own little thing. There is just a lap bar restraint and a 40-inch height requirement. I could not find any information anywhere about the length of this ride or the length of the track or the top speed or anything like that. Like the information, at least on the internet, does not exist. So don't have that.
That's because most days their length is 0 and like the height is 0 and the track length is 0 because it's never running.
Yeah. So I was really disappointed. I've only been to Epic once for one day. We did a VIP tour, so we didn't have to wait for anything. But this ride was down the whole day that we were there. So this is the only ride at Epic Universe that I have not gotten to do. And it makes me really sad because I was really looking forward to this one. I love Donkey Kong. I love that whole area of the land, the Donkey Kong area of Super Nintendo World. I absolutely love it. I think it's adorable. So I was really bummed that I couldn't do this ride. But you are right. It has some trouble. And I'm going to assume that's because of this new boom coaster technology. But even when it is running, it has an average wait time of 108 minutes, which is one of the highest in Epic for sure. So you got to really want to do it, but there's that. We're going to move on to Hiccup Wing Gliders in Isle of Burke. This was manufactured by Intamin. It has a dual station, so you can load from 2 sides, and has on-ride sound. So there is narration and music that you can hear inside your carts as you're going. There are 2 launches that get you up to 45 miles per hour, and there is some backwards motion. It's not super lengthy or super intense by any means, but there is a little bit of backwards motion. It's 2 minutes long, and I wish it was quadruple that because this ride is so damn cute. It's cute and it's beautiful. It's a fantastic family roller coaster. I honestly think that this is like the family or kids version of Hagrid's. It is very immersive. It's very different. It's not just you're a coaster going down a track. You stop, you see different scenes. You're going through all this beautiful landscaping. You're going through the buildings. At one point, you're soaring right above the water and you have the soundtrack blasting like right in your ears. And it is a tearjerker. It is so beautiful. If you can ride this ride like early in the morning or during sunset where the sky is all beautiful, it's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. There are 5 cars per train, and riders are arranged 2 across in 2 rows for a total of 20 riders per train. It does have just a lap bar restraint and is a 40-inch height requirement. So not exactly like a kiddie coaster, but definitely a lower height requirement, and kids will absolutely love this ride. It's got an adorable little toothless large toothless animatronic during the first launch. It's just so cute. Just everybody do it. It's got a 51-minute average wait time, and most of the queue is out in the sun. Again, Isle of Berk is the hottest, like temperature-wise, land in Epic Universe. So walking around that land can be a little tough in the midday sun. So this sometimes can be a better land to do early, like first thing when you get into the park, because then it's not quite so hot yet.
We went in July and we did it at the end of the day. And that actually, besides the fact that we weren't able to meet Toothless but at the end of the day, the wait was like so long. Crazy. But the way that the land is designed is that everything's kind of built up. So it actually creates a lot of shadowing and shade later in the day, kind of. Yeah. So if you're worried about being in the sun, getting in line like an hour before park close, or like right after sunset, if the park hours are later, like in the summer, you will be okay because it's more shaded then. So.
Okay, cool. We'll move on to Curse of the Werewolf in Dark Universe. This is another one that I absolutely love and absolutely wish was way longer than it is. Oh, yeah. This is manufactured by Mack, has a top speed of 37 miles per hour, but you do feel like you're going a lot faster than that because of the mechanics and the movement of the ride. You are sitting directly across from 2 other people. You are staring these other people in the face, and the ride spins from side to side, and you have no idea which direction you are going to end up going. There is forward motion, there is backwards motion, and you are spinning at the same time. So this can be a wild ride. In my opinion, and I am somebody who gets motion sickness on rides from time to time, I had no issue with this ride whatsoever. And we spun quite a bit because it was me and a like larger guy sitting directly across from a like pretty petite woman and her probably 5-year-old daughter. And so the weight distribution was off. So we definitely spun, but it wasn't crazy. It didn't feel like we were going out of control. I didn't feel at any point like I wanted it to stop. So it's not too much if you are not super, super sensitive to those things. Again, it is very short. I couldn't find how short it actually is time-wise or track-wise, but I mean, it's like 40 seconds. And so that's disappointing because it is so much fun. And I don't really see why they made it so short, except for maybe the fact that land just isn't very big, especially in the area of that land where this ride is. So maybe they just didn't have the space for it. But I wish it was longer because it's really fun. It has a lap bar restraint and has a 40-inch height requirement. So again, pretty family friendly. There are 5 cars per train, and riders are arranged 2 across in rows of 2 for a total of 20 riders per train. What is wrong with me? Per train. And there's an average wait time of 50 minutes. Because of the way that this ride works, they can't put too many trains on at one time because you've got forward and backward movement. And so that gets kind of difficult timing wise. And so it's a pretty slow load process. And that's why the wait time gets up there so much, which is disappointing because it's hard for a wait time of 50 minutes to be worth it when the ride is so short.
I agree. We did this pretty close to park opening. Like when we were there, we did the Ministry of Magic, and then we went right over to Darkmoor and did this ride, and it had no wait. And then we did we did Monsters Unchained, and by the time we got out of Monsters Unchained, the wait was 30 minutes, and we walked on Monsters. Like there was just nobody in that area yet of the park. For people who are worried about, like, I have to wear sacropine patches, and like I get vertigo from time to time, so I have to be very careful. But here's what I would compare it to. For those of you who have ridden Men in Black, I actually do get pretty nauseous at the very end where the cart spins really fast.
Me too. So
like that, to me, like that is the like highest level of spinning nausea I've ever had at a Universal. And this was just, you don't spin too much in one direction. It's more like chaotic movement, but it's not continual. So I think that's what helps reduce nausea.
You're never doing one motion for too long. It's constantly like switching up on you, and it seems smoother because of that, I think. And you like don't have enough time to feel nauseous, because as soon as you start feeling like, then you're moving in a different direction anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like your body's like, I don't know how to feel right now. We'll just go with it.
Yeah. I agree with that for sure. Like doing the Mad Tea Party or Storm Force Acceleratron, I can do them if I am by myself or with other people who swear on their lives they will not spin us any faster than the ride is already spinning on its own. Because I can't. Just that very gentle like spinning motion that it does when you're not touching that center wheel is enough for me. I have a video, maybe I'll put it up on our socials because it's hilarious, of my husband and my two sons last year at Disney World on the Mad Tea Party, and they are going ham, and it's hysterical. My 2-year-old, he didn't know what to think. It was crazy, but it's like the cutest video, and I loved it. But it was the three of them and then me and a teacup somewhere else, just watching that chaos happen. Because I knew you couldn't pay me to get in a teacup with the three of them, because I know they were going to go nuts. So nope, I know my limits. And we're going to move on to the Big Kahuna, which is Stardust Racers. This is a dual track coaster. There are 2 different sides. The green side is called Pulsar and the yellow side is called Photon. They are not dueling coasters, but they move together down the tracks. So it is not intended for them to like race each other like Dueling Dragons was, or like Space Mountain should be. It is just it's like a dance is how people always describe it. It's supposed to be the dance of these 2 meteors in the sky. The trains cross paths several times and have kind of mirrored movements, and then you've got the Celestial Spin, which has one train spin upwards while the other is spinning downwards, and you can get some really cool views of the other train during that aspect and certain other aspects of the ride. If you are riding with a larger group of people, it's really cool to split that group up into 2 separate groups and have one do one train and one do the other train, as long as you make sure that you are at the same, like in the same seats on the opposite trains, because then you can really, there are some points where you get pretty close to the other train and you can make eye contact, and that's just kind of a cool experience. You're like,
terrifying.
No, it's not cool. There is a large top hat, and you get lots of airtime on this ride. It is a lot of just like straight hills, just up and down wavy hills. They are fun though. There are 2 launches. There's a maximum top speed of 62 miles per hour. So not quite as fast as Velocicoaster, but almost there. If one train falls behind, the second launch can apply a speed boost to ensure that those trains are in line with each other for the finale as they're intended to be. So that's kind of cool. I actually didn't know that until I was doing some research for this episode. There is no lighting. I know, it's neat. There's no lighting on the track for this ride. There's only lighting on the trains, and that is to give the illusion that these trains are the meteors that are kind of streaking across the sky at night if you're watching this ride from the outside. So that's kind of neat. You have heights up to 133 feet. So that's the tallest top hat is 133 feet. You've got 5,000 feet of track, so a pretty long ride. A lap bar restraint, which is controversial. This ride has had a very sordid first year. There have been some things that have happened, not at the fault of Universal, but there have been some pretty terrible things that have happened. And so they've gotten a lot stricter with restrictions in terms of who is eligible to ride and who they're comfortable letting on this ride and things like that. So it is still just a lap bar restraint. 48-inch height requirement. It is, again, very intense. A lot of people will compare this one to Velocicoaster. In my opinion, I still like Velocicoaster more, but this is an awesome ride. This is the only ride at Epic Universe that has inversions, so you do have to go through metal detectors for this one, and you can't bring anything on with you. There are up to 4 trains on each track at a time, and each train is made up of 5 cars where riders sit 2 in a row. So you've got 20 passengers on each train and then 2 trains. So again, this is a quick loader. They absolutely fly through people on this roller coaster, which leads to an average wait time of only 13 minutes, which is awesome.
I call bunk. It was a 2-hour wait when we were there. So
really? When was that? July of last year?
Yeah. The issue was it kept, they were only, so I hope they figured this out, but they were only running one track because it wasn't full to run both.
Yeah. It did that for a while.
Yeah, and it kept unbalancing, and so the ride would break down. And I didn't go on it because I know my limit. But my husband and my daughter were in line, and it was where they had already put their stuff in a locker, and so I had no way of contacting them. And I was like, "What is taking so long?" So this has left a sour taste in my mouth because of that experience. However, if you don't ride it, it is a beautiful attraction to photograph.
Oh yeah. It's so neat. It's really neat. Yeah. They've fixed a lot of those things, and they actually, it just had a pretty lengthy few month-long refurbishment where they fixed a lot of issues that they were having, and they also were able to make some changes that increased capacity a bit, or increased the unload offload speed or load offload speed, and so that might have something to do with the lower wait time now too. But so a lot of people will a lot of people will, since it has such a low wait time, will kind of loop it twice and will go on one train the first ride and then the other train the second ride. People do say that the green side is more intense. I don't remember. I did it back to back like that, and both were in the front row. So I was a little sick when I came off the second time. I was like, okay, I need a minute. But that's what a lot of people will do. The coolest thing, I think, about this ride, because I am a nostalgia nerd, is that on the back of each train, there is a flux capacitor from Back to the Future.
Gosh.
Because the idea is that Doc Brown helped retrofit these trains in order to give them enough power to send them into the solar system with the flux capacitors. So I think that's freaking awesome.
I mean, we'll overlook the fact that it doesn't go 86 miles an hour or whatever it is that you need in order to go back in time. but that's okay.
Like I said, I really like speed on roller coasters. 86 miles an hour is a bit quick. I drive my car that fast, no problem. A roller coaster where you're just out in the open, just hanging out there
with a lap bar.
Maybe no.
Yeah.
But that wraps up all of the coasters for Universal.
For now, until we hear about expansions and changes, right?
We got one in the making, people. Let's go Fast and Furious. We have upward movement. There is track in place. She's going to be beautiful. Next year.
It's so beautiful. I haven't been down there since they've really started doing a lot of the track work. So I'm interested to see how it changes the landscape of things.
Yeah. I mean, it really is going to change a lot in the way that everything looks, because it's jutting way out into City Walk. They had to extend City Walk out into the water more. It's making a huge difference in the landscape of the park. So we shall see.
Yeah. Well, over in Disney, they are also looking at doing some additions to roller coasters down the line. But for now, there's 4 additional coasters that I need to talk about from amongst the other parks. And I am going to do this in order of speed, like I had done in the last one. However, we actually start off a bit faster this time around. So as a reminder, you can get Lightning Lane if you want to fast pass these things, or, whatever. Cardinal sin, I use the old term.
Paper tickets,
again.
People.
Yeah, right. I loved those. That was like do or die, man.
I wish I still had some of them. I wish from trips that I took as a kid and stuff that I had kept some of them that I don't have any.
We put a couple in scrapbooks because my mom was really into scrapbooks when we were younger. Cool, but so yeah, and again, if you decide to skip the line, it's like $25 to $40 a day for the multi-pass. However, there is one that we will talk about that requires an individual Lightning Lane at additional cost. So the slowest roller coaster I will talk about today, surprisingly, is Slinky Dog Dash. It opened in June of 2018. And essentially, this is in the Hollywood studio. It's in Toy Story Land. And you are in one of Andy's toys, and he has taken Lincoln Logs and Connects and all these things and created a amusement park for his toys in his backyard. That's the theme of the area. And this particular ride, Slinky has wheels, and that's why he's got the little pull string in the movies. But there's also track you can buy, and then you can put Slinky on the track. So that's the concept. You're the size of a toy. You're being put on Slinky, and he is the roller coaster vehicle. It's probably one of the cutest roller coaster vehicles. It also has a butt. So I love this ride. My husband loves the Spanish version that they say for the safety spiel, because it's still said with the guy that played Ernest. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? But it's just a very iconic voice that you'll hear. Your top speed is 40 miles an hour. And this ride is about 2 minutes long. Average wait time is 60 minutes. And a lot of it is not in the shade until you get pretty close up. And then it's a ton of switchbacks. So it's kind of like stagnant in that area. They do have a couple fans. They don't do much for moving air. I love when you do get up to that area, though. There's so much to look at. There's a ton of Easter eggs. It's very colorful, so it can help pass the time. The other thing is the switchbacks are really short. So as you move through, you feel like you're making progress way faster because you're switching back more.
I agree. Yeah.
So it's a placebo effect, but it makes me feel better. If you have Lightning Lane, this is part of the Group 1 Lightning Lane. So you get to pick one from that attraction from that group. And that means you're looking at that, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, which I'll be talking about in a little bit. So it's a really competitive first choice there.
And Slinky Dog Dash will go first.
Yeah.
So if you want this to be your tier 1, like, get on it.
The earliest Slinky Dog pass I have ever gotten, and this is like 7 days out when I'm staying on and I'm picking it for like a day later in the trip, is like 4 p.m. Like,
wow.
So yeah, it's hard to get a pass for this.
Yeah, that has been my experience in the past until this most recent trip that I took in March. I somehow was able to get a 9:30 a.m. pass for Slinky Dog. And I was like, what is happening? I was so excited.
Don't question the system.
Don't question it. Just hit the button.
There is an on-ride photo, and I can't tell you where it is because there's so many drops. It's at one of the drops.
It's at a
yeah. So just always smile when you're going down a hill if you want to have a nice picture. Be prepared to wait. Like I said, if you can get a lightning lane and you don't want to wait, that's the best thing to do. Rope drop is hit or miss. It's widely known as being a very popular family coaster, and people will go there first this
is the rope drop ride in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I have found that the shortest waits tend to be later in the day because that's when the littles kind of fade out and they go home and you're left with older people in the line. So the shortest time I've ever waited was about 35 minutes. Wow. And that's like in the evening, close to park close.
That's like
it's also that's also if you don't mind missing Fantasmic, it's a good time to go during that because that is a people eater. Thousands of people can sit in that stadium, auditorium or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, our next attraction, we're going to head over to Animal Kingdom for Expedition Everest, which opened April 7th, 2006. Essentially, you are taking a hike through the Himalayas and you're climbing Everest in search of the Disco Yeti. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. This did have a functioning animatronic at one time. The rumor is
if you're going to mention that or not.
Oh yeah, I'll shoot myself in the foot on this one. It's a great ride. The rumor is that it was built into like the core structure of the attraction itself. And over time with the movement of this heavy animatronic, it had caused some concern on the structure and the safety of the ride, that now you just get a strobe-like effect on the still animatronic, which has now been lovingly named the Disco Yeti. I don't see this being fixed anytime soon, mostly because there's not enough rides in Animal Kingdom right now to be closing yet another attraction. They may reconsider it once they get the Central America's Land open. I don't know if that will ever happen though, or if it ever goes down for like a major refurbishment, then they may consider doing it then.
Your top that for so long now that people are just kind of used to it. So
yeah, the top speed is 50 miles an hour. And it's about a 3-minute ride. Average length is 30 to 35 minutes. There is a single rider line and it can come in handy from time to time. This is in the Asia area of Animal Kingdom. So it's in the back. Like if you're walking in, it's kind of in the back right corner. It's hard to miss because it's one of the tallest, largest attractions in the park. Yes. There's no level of lightning lane in Animal Kingdom because they don't have enough attractions. So this is just lumped in as part of an attraction you can get a lightning lane for. Honestly, we'll get a lightning lane for it, but then we'll ride it without it because the line tends to be pretty short, especially first thing in the morning.
Do single rider. Just do single rider.
And a lot of times if you do single rider, you can almost get, if you are with other people, at least one other person, the two of you usually get on either together or on the same train. So there is a ride photo. It's on the really big drop. Like you're kind of like paused for a second and then you see your demise as you get your photo taken. So yeah, there's some pretty funny photos, especially of me. I can't not be terrified of that ride, or that drop, but I do love it. There is a backward section. It does get me a little bit because you do whip around corners
Yeah.
pretty fast going backwards.
Yeah.
I tend to kind of like not push my head too far back, but try to like hold my head more steady. And then like I said, I have medication that I take, but just be aware that that can happen. And like I said, there's typically really short waits in the morning. Like, I don't know what's going to happen when stuff starts opening, but our strategy is we rope drop flights of passage so we don't have to pay for that individual lightning lane.
Mm-hmm.
Then we take the back boardwalk and we go to the safari, which does not open early. It opens with the park. So don't go there first because you're just going to be waiting in line. And we will ride that. We'll get in line for the safari with our breakfast tachos. And by the time we get through the line, we've eaten our breakfast. We ride that. And then we walk over to Everest. Like that is the touring plan we use every single time that we start our morning at Animal Kingdom. And it has never failed us.
Yeah,
so
that's a good plan.
For now, until they start adding attractions. So
yeah.
All right. Our third roller coaster, we're going to head back to Hollywood Studios. And this is Rock and Roller Coaster, starring the Muppets now. They have been doing preview rides of this, and it is scheduled to open on May 26th. So like a week away. So, and by the time actually you guys see this, it'll be about the time that they're open for rides. So pretty exciting. It opened July of 1999 and it's currently rethemed now for the Muppets. It was originally based on you being at a recording studio for Aerosmith, and then you have to be whisked off in a, what is it? Extra stretch.
A stretch limo. Yeah.
Extra stretch
super
limo.
Stretch.
Yes, that's what it is. Make it a super stretch limo through until you get to the concert. So you don't want to be late for this concert that they're hosting. The new theme will center around Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem Band. Top speeds are 57 miles per hour. And that pretty much happens in the first 3 seconds because it's a launch coaster. That is also where the ride photo is. I'm sorry, nobody ever takes a good picture because your cheeks are flapping, your hair is flying
awesome
back.
Pictures on this ride. I beg to differ. They're all great pictures.
This ride does have inversions. It is about 1.5 minutes, and the average wait time before the refurbishment was 55 minutes. And let me tell you, it's kind of an awful queue to wait in. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it is. It's a rough one.
We tend to get a lightning lane for this. It is part of the group 1 lightning lane. It doesn't go as fast though, because the height restriction is higher because of the inversions, and it is a more intense roller coaster. So you don't get as many like families going on it. So if you're trying to use a lightning lane for multiple coasters in Hollywood Studios, I would aim to get a pass for Slinky Dog if you can, because you will not get one later in that day. But usually the lightning lanes for Rockin' go slow enough that once you've used, you will find this at the end of Sunset Boulevard. So if you're headed towards Tower of Terror, it is off to your left. It's kind of tucked away. You don't necessarily see it when you're entering the park area, but it's very iconic. They've recently repainted the giant guitar out front.
I was going to say, it's probably a little easier to spot now because that car is bright red now. The upside down car that's on the hanging under the arches for the ride. Yeah. Used to be this kind of like light blue color, like light teal color. And now it's bright ass red. So might be a little bit easier to spot now.
So I would say we don't really know how long the attraction waits are going to be with the theming. My guess is it's going to be longer time initially, and then probably after a few months when the initial hype dies down, we'll probably see wait times closer to what it historically has been. Our final coaster is my favorite coaster. Yes. In all of the parks, I'm sorry, Universal, I love Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It opened on May 27th, 2022. So it's just a baby coaster. It's in its infancy still. And essentially, you join the Guardians of the Galaxy to save the Earth from total annihilation. So your top speed is 60 miles an hour. It's about a 2.5 minute ride. This does not count pre-show. And let me tell you, the pre-shows, they're pretty fantastic. So especially the one...
They're long.
Yeah.
The pre-shows aren't long, but like, even if you know, Lightning Lane, they never gave you any guarantees of like how long it's still going to take you to wait in the line if you have a Lightning Lane. This ride, even if you have a Lightning Lane, you're not getting out of there in under a half hour. It's not happening.
No. Yeah. Generally, I've not had much of an issue using a Lightning Lane, which will run you $14 to $19 per person. That's slightly more than the Tron one I'd mentioned in the last episode. I've never had an issue getting pretty much right up to where they blend the two lines. It's the fact that you have two pre-shows and then a short wait after the second pre-show. Be prepared to, when you leave the pre-show, the second one, that it is a very bottleneck experience and people tend to be kind of pushy. So
they just changed it 2 days ago. I can't remember what it is that they're doing now, but they're bringing organization to that chaos, because that's what people do. Is people tried to shove so far over to the right hand side to be like the first one through that second set of doors, and now they're kind of. I wish I could remember what it is, but as of 2 days ago, they made some change that's supposed to like help prevent that. So,
okay. Well, I'll be interested to see if it's still there when I'm there later in the year.
Yeah.
I have been on this ride a lot of times. I love this ride. I will wait for this ride. The full.
Oh yeah. It's worth it. I waited 85 minutes a couple months ago because there was one day where I could not get a Lightning Lane. It was like, I had 4 days in Disney. I was able to get a Lightning Lane for the first day. And then for the rest of the 4 days, the whole rest of the trip, I was trying my damnedest and I never found another Lightning Lane. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do it. So I waited 85 minutes and somebody puked in the line while I was in the line. And it was like in the room with all the ramps. So it was sliding down the ramp. I have a lot of puke stories from the parks.
I don't know how I feel about traveling with you now.
Not me. Apparently, I just attract it.
You're a magnet.
Right.
But it is on average an 80-minute wait. So you were right in that ballpark. If you've never ridden it, I think, and you cannot get a Lightning Lane and that's your wait time, I think it's worth it at least once.
Yes.
But I've ridden this many times, and every time I've ridden it, I swear to God, there's a different like exit to that second pre-show area. I think they're still trying to figure out how to reduce the cattle call of people. But this, like I said, it's located in Epcot in World Discovery. So it's by the Epcot Ball area. And there is an on-ride photo. It's towards the beginning of the attraction. There's like a wall of like circular mirrors, kind of domed circular mirrors, and you'll see flashing. The camera is in that. So if you want to have a picture, let me just tell you this too. You had mentioned on Velocicoaster that you need to like braid your hair or whatever. You basically have to
ride for sure.
Half the pictures is just look like Cousin It. It's just hair everywhere.
Yes, all of my pictures on this ride look like this. And I don't know what it is about this ride either, but it makes my eyes water so
oh my God. 100%. You're inside the whole time.
Why?
I'm like, I don't understand.
The girl sitting next to me, because I was by myself, but me and the girl sitting next to me, we stopped. We had tears all over our faces, not because we were crying because we were emotional, but because our eyes were watering so bad.
I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's I don't know if the air conditioner dries out the air into your eye. I don't know.
Maybe.
But the carts too, it's a very unique ride structure. It's sort of like a little bit like Curse of the Werewolf because it does rotate. It doesn't do a ton of spinning, but it just kind of rotates based on how things whip around. There's a section where you circle the earth or the moon. Is it the earth or the moon?
So cool.
That's my favorite part. I like how
amazing. Yes. I did. The first time I went on this ride, I did cry during that part. So I was just like, what is this?
We've talked before on a previous episode about the music, and I like that there's multiple options. Some are much better than others. Conga, I'm looking at you.
Okay, what's your
not
favorite?
my favorite? Okay, so I don't know if in the moment I ran during marathon weekend. So it was after I completed my first half marathon. And I was like, this is meant to be. So it was kind of like I don't know. I pretty much like everything except Kaga.
Yeah.
My tip for this ride, if you have some motion sickness, prepare yourself for that. I honestly am fine on this ride. Like I said, I can't do that spinning at the end of Men in Black, but this one doesn't seem to bother me too much. Just a tip. There's 2 entrances to Epcot, and Epcot is a massive park. So if you're interested in trying to rope drop this, if you're staying on site, it works to your advantage if you're taking the monorail or the bus because you get dropped off at the front of the park, which is closest to that attraction. If, however, you're coming later in the day or you're coming from the back of the park, I would recommend trying to go more at the end of the day. We did it like 30 minutes before park close. We got in line, and I think we waited 35 minutes for this, and it was posted at like over 60. I think they intentionally exaggerate the wait time for that ride in particular at the end of the night to dissuade people from getting into the line.
That makes sense. Because
it is a popular ride.
Done it. Yeah, I've never done it at night. I've always done it earlier on in the day, which I guess is one of my big mistakes. But I always feel like the wait time is incorrect because it's too low. The posted wait time is too low. I've had times where I've waited 25 minutes more than the posted wait time, and I'm like, what is happening?
Right.
But
I mean, this is my favorite ride. This is one I will pay the individual lightning lane price for, and also try and ride it when the line is when it's shorter, because I love this ride.
It's incredible. It's so different. I feel like it's in a category like Hagrid's or like Hiccups, where it's not just a roller coaster. It's so different. It's so themed. It's so immersive. There are so many different elements and things to look at, and the narration on the soundtrack and things like that.
Yes.
It is an experience, and it's awesome.
Yeah. And you don't even have to be that's the thing that's the same through all 3 of those. They're well themed. You don't have to be a fan of any of those IPs to enjoy the ride. I don't
particularly like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Marvel stuff, but for some reason I just was never able to get into those. Except for the soundtracks. The soundtracks are banging. But the movies themselves, I could kind of care less about the property, but I'll do this ride every time.
Yeah. Well, we just want to say thanks for hanging in there with us as we talked our way through the roller coasters.
Yeah, this was a long one. Sorry, guys.
We're just excited. Yes, we hope you will like and subscribe. Please leave a review for us as well so that we can get our name out there and grow our numbers. We'd greatly appreciate that. Well, thanks again for listening. See you next time.
Good night, guys. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's battle. Now it's time to let us know what you think. Vote in our Who Won weekly poll on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at Theme Park Throwdown everywhere. You can also watch video recordings of all of our episodes on our YouTube channel. Just search Theme Park Throwdown. If you're planning your next vacation, we're here to help. Go to portkeyvacations.com and fill out a quote request form, and be sure to request either Melinda or Tricia to be your advisor. Finally, make sure you check out our family of podcasts on the UUOP network. The Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, the Taste of Universal podcast, the Unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast, the Portkey Passport, a Disney podcast for adults, the Theme Park Duo for your West Coast parks, Rush of Fear, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast, and Big Dumb Stuff for all your pop culture comedy. You can also check out our network partner, The Fudge Factor, on YouTube for all their park vlogs. That's it for this throwdown, guys. We'll see you next week in the ring.